they're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Washington Redskins. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, last week, he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there, first quarter.
Yeah, help me out, because we watched tape together before this game. We were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill the plays?
Like
it certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks able to get him for a loss of about 3. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Well, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT and didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Now Thompson. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Smith.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Paul Warlow in to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on second down is Smith. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They run again with Ajayi. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Wentz now on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, here's Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Doxson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Smith now on second down. And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Agholor. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
On second down, here's Wentz. He's able to find Wallace. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me, because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
82, 82.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go. 82.
Wentz now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ram.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. They set up the screen to Ajay. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Tyson. Black, come on. Ram. Great 57.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, and Elliott has pushed it to the right. It is no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, it's Smith. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They'll try and run forward on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, it's Thompson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Shorty. That's it.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Get over there. Go. That's it.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Eagles on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 9th touchdown of the season. There the Eagles are back within a score. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I remember playing, and from a safety's perspective, when you saw a toss play and trying to see guys get to the edge and get outside, that was always a tough moment because where do you go to pick up the ball carrier? If they seal the edge and seal the perimeter, they're going to bounce that outside. It's a lot longer run, and you've got to make sure your angle is right because once they get to the edge, they're going to pick up good yardage. Your job now is to make sure they don't go all the way for a touchdown. You have to become an excellent tackler against a lot of bodies out leading a runner. And on this play, the defenders were finally able to rally to the ball after a big pickup of yardage and hurt him out of bounds.
Come on now, all right. Come on now. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On the ground, Geis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems... And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, and try and get a...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. To throw on 2nd down. Smith. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
3 down. Hey, Bud. Check. Let's go. Great.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
Touchdown, Washington! Jamison Crowder with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Twisting away. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Come on now. Let's go. We got three. Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Come on now. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They run for it with a Ajayi. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he connects with Ertz. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to about the 22 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 1st down, this is Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check 26, check 26. Watch the twit. Watch the twit.
3rd down, here's Geis. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Back, back. 120. Go, go. Here, sit.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They run with Geis. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee.